Hey folks, this is Kalani. A little bit of an oddball video. A few people have been asking me what I run my warrior with, traits, build, gear, etc. So I'm just going to quickly show you exactly that. So if we go on the hero screen, you can see first of all of my gear is Berserker. Now, not only is it Berserker, but it's actually of the Berserker as well, meaning that there is a ruby orb in every single one. This is essentially because it gives the most power, precision and critical damage possible. This is what I'm aiming for. You can see with my accessories as well, it's power, precision, crit damage. These two are the exception. This one's power, precision, crit, power, crit, vitality. Now, sadly, I do need the agony resistance on these when I'm running fractals, so I'm working on another ring. Let's just keep it at that. I do have, if I really want to, 2 rings of the Berserker. But that one's an upgrade, give or take. The vitality is nice. That's how I'd usually run, and I'd equip the Circle of Light or the Circle of the Sun into there if I'm going fractals, simply for the agony resistance so I don't die horrifically. My weapon, again, is power precision critical damage rather, with a Sigil of Rage. That's basically because if I get that quickness buff, that is an insane DPS increase. Additional to that, if I'm running with, say, a Koth group with a Mesmer, I've got quickness for so long, it's unbelievable. Now you notice at the moment I'm running a longbow in my offhand. That's mainly for farming. I've got rifles, I've got my good old axe with Warhorn, which I've actually taken a really nice liking to, mainly for farming as well. It's got the magic find and swiftness major sigils with them, so it's nice. Basically, you don't run out of swiftness while farming, and you've got your magic find there. Moving on to traits, I run 20, 30, 0, 0, 20. Mainly because I'm focusing around, people ended up calling it the Rising Might for the Greatsword. I personally never called it that and didn't really look for it. But what you're looking at is maximising the amount of crit you get to play about with this one, Forceful Greatsword. So I'll just go through it quickly. 20 points in strength, 200 power and condition duration. Don't really care about the duration. For the first trait, Berserker's power, essentially that'll be a 12% damage increase most of the time, and slashing power, greatsword damage increased by 10%. Now I do use greatsword as my main weapon, so you'll have to take that into account when looking at these traits. I'm basically looking at the most damage with the greatsword. Rending strikes, vulnerability on crit, gain might on crit with a greatsword. Greatsword skill recharge 20% faster, very nice. And last chance, gain quickness on for 4 seconds when you strike a foe with less than 25% health. Again, more quickness. So between that, any quickness buffs I can give myself, such as Frenzy or a Mesmer in the group, I have 4 sources of quickness. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Down in Discipline, the main reason here is the critical damage by 20%. Honestly, the burst damage is completely pathetic, but the main reason why I have put 20 into here is for the second trait. Now that would be Sweet Revenge, 100% chance to rally if you kill someone while in Vengeance. This works very well with my squishy build. Now, the first trait is the 9% crit for the 3rd stage of Adrenaline, which obviously adds to my crit. So, main choices is precision over strength, because firstly, the last traits aren't amazing. Berserker's Might, I don't really end up spending that much adrenaline. It's kind of give or take. I mean, with Arcing Slice not giving Might anymore, it only gives a time stack for Fury. It's really not worth it, and physical utilities do 100% more damage and recharge 20% faster. I don't use any. It's simple. So the 30 traits aren't worth it. The 25, it's alright, but it's not amazing. and I'm getting more crit, which means eventually I'd end up with more might comparatively to taking 30 points into strength, meaning I'd have higher damage anyway. Oh well. Again, the discipline, 20 points, the crit damage is amazing, and Sweet Revenge works incredibly well with my squishy build. So, that's my gear and traits. I usually run Greatsword and Longbow or Rifle. More often than not Longbow recently. I love the damage on 3, that's just crazy. But with my utility skills, I run Mending, simply because it's very important to have a condition cure somewhere. If I was running Shake It Off, I'd probably end up running Healing Surge, just because it's the highest and is another source of adrenaline, which will keep those stacking bonuses from my traits nicely topped up. So when running for DPS, I'd go On My Mark for the vulnerability stack, for Great Justice because it's incredibly powerful, and a Banner of Discipline or Banner of Power. If I don't have another source for Banner of Discipline, I use Banner of Discipline. If I do, such as another Warrior, obviously, I'd use Banner of Strength. I usually run with Signet of Rage. Now, the only difference here is if there's a nice group of people who benefit very well from the battle standard. If I was running the battle standard, I'd end up swapping a trait out, which is kind of annoying. Which is why I don't really run banners that much, or don't run battle standard that much, because to get the most out of your banners, you actually want, I believe it's in here, somewhere. Tactics? Banners apply the bonuses to a larger area, banners recharge 20% faster. Now I don't like that at all because it's in tactics, that's vitality and boon duration. While the boon duration is very nice to keep might stacked, it's a DPS loss overall for me, which I obviously don't want because I am a glass cannon and I love it. So this is my usual setup. Here, if I was doing something particularly dangerous, I'd take Endure Pain. Now that works as my stun break, and it also means that I can't die while I'm up in the faces of whatever I'm cutting up. Now, obviously that's perfect for my glass cannon build. So, soloing like this, I essentially have the potential to kill something outright in no time at all. I have the potential to completely negate all damage coming at me. I can cure 2 conditions with my heal. And if I go down, I've got so much damage that I can usually get myself back up. If push comes to shove, I can Vengeance, and I'm guaranteed to rally off my Vengeance if I kill something. Damage just works so well for me with this setup. It's perfect. Not to mention, if you can dodge things, damage isn't really coming your way, unless mobs tend to hate you, like they apparently do for me. Cave Troll in Ascalonian Catacombs chasing me for about 5 minutes? What's that about? Crazy. I don't like it. So yeah, that's how I play my warrior. Now, the fun thing is, I actually play completely different in SPVP and I just build full tank. But that's a story for another time. Thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun. Hope this has given you a bit of insight into how I play a Berserker warrior by basically smashing face. And as always, I will see you next time.